So this is a piano lesson, but it's, you already have to be at a level where you understand your notes, meaning your white notes on the piano and your black notes, your sharps and your flats. So that was covered already on previous lessons. What we're talking about here is going to be the rules of tonality. This is in the key of C major. This represents the first degree of the scale, which is, here's your C major scale. So this first note, the C, represents the first degree. Now, according to the rules of tonality, we're talking about harmony now. We would play a C major chord. The first degree represents a major chord. The second degree represents a minor chord, so that's a D minor. The third degree represents a minor chord, E minor. The fourth degree represents a major chord, F major. The fifth degree represents a major chord, G major. The sixth degree represents a minor chord, A minor. And then the seventh degree represents a diminished chord. 8 is equal to 1, major. So what does this mean? Tonal music is something that's very pleasant to the ear. About 95% of all music that you're going to hear, whether it be, believe it or not, on the radio, or it could even be jazz, standards, it could be, in some cases, classical, popular music, is they use this formula. They use the rules of tonality to create what we call a chord progression. Now, we're not talking about melody right now. We're talking about harmony, meaning we're playing 2 notes or more. When you play 3 notes, it's called a triad, major triad. Now, remember I spoke to you about the major and the minor chords, major being 1, 3, 5, minor being 1 flat 3, 5. Okay, so you have to know that. Now, a diminished chord would be 1 flat 3, flat 5. That's a diminished chord. Here's a major triad, 1, 3, 5. A minor triad, 1 flat 3, 5. And a diminished, 1 flat 3, flat 5. Now, at this point, you should have already learned your scales, at least in the white keys. Here's your C major scale. That is the key of no flats and no sharps, your D major scale. That's the key of 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp, your E major scale. That's the key of 4 sharps, F major, 1 flat. G major, 1 sharp. A major, 3 sharps. I'm playing it fast because I already covered this in previous lessons. And B major, the key of 5 sharps. Now, this, what I just said to you could be applied in every key. So if you wanted to play a C major chord, right? Let's think of it in terms of numbers, degrees. 1, 3, 5. Say, if you're in the key of D major, here's 1, 3, 5. Say, based on the scale. If you're in E major, here's 1, 3, 5. F major, 1, 3, 5. G major, 1, 3, 5. A major, 1, 3, 5. B major, 1, 3, 5. Now let's do minor. So we're going to do 1 flat 3, 5. That's C minor. Now in the key of D, 1 flat 3, 5. That's D minor. E minor, 1 flat 3, 5. So you got to know all this stuff to really be able to play the rules of tonality in every key. F minor, 1 flat 3, 5. G, 1 flat 3, 5. That's a G minor. Here was an F minor, G minor, A minor, 1 flat 3, 5. And then in the key of B, 1 flat 3, 5. So there's all your minors, see? C minor, root position triad. D minor. E minor. F minor. G minor. A minor, B minor. Now, as far as your diminished triads, remember I said it's 1, flat 3, flat 5. That's a C diminished triad. D diminished. 1, flat 3, flat 5. That's the E diminished. 1, flat 3, flat 5. F diminished. 1, flat 3, flat 5. G diminished. 1, flat 3, flat 5. A diminished. 1, flat 3, flat 5. B diminished. 1, flat 3, flat 5. You got to study all your degrees in the scales. You got to know your first degree, your second, your third, your fourth, your fifth, sixth, seventh, and 8 is equal to 1. And then you got to know a flat means that you're lowering a note a half a step. So if I would say flat 3, this is your third degree of the C major scale. You would lower it to an E flat. That's a flat 3. If I would say, let's say flat 5, here's your 5, you would go down to a half step. See, here's your fifth degree, lower it a half step. That creates your diminished. So now getting back to the rules of tonality. You could create a chord progression. Let's start with let's just say we're in the key of C major. Okay, so 1. Now let's say I want to go to the 4. That would be F major, right? 4 major. Now let's say I want to go to the 3 minor, E minor, and then to the 5. See? I just wrote a song. Let me show you. I just wrote a song right there. C major. That's the 1 chord, 3 minor. Actually, we went to 4 first, I'm sorry. So 1 major, 4 major, 3 minor, 5 major, back to 1 major. Now let's say we'll go to 2 minor. Now let's go 2 minor. That's the D minor, 6 minor, A minor, 5 major, G major. But you should be able to do this in any key. Like let's pick a random key, G. So if I want to go G, okay, the key of G, which is the key of 1 sharp, the first degree would be the G major chord, you see? So in this case, G major is 1. Now let's go to 4 in the key of G, which is C major. Right? Now 3 minor, B minor, 5 major, D major. So I did the same exact thing. Do you follow me? I did in the key of C. Now I'm doing it in G. 1, 4, 3, 5, 1, 2 minor, A minor, 6 minor in the key of G, E minor, 5 major, D major. Okay? So if you're in the key of G, sorry about that, here's your 1 chord, G major, right? There's your 2 minor chord and your 6 minor, and that's E minor, and then your 5 chord. Now I'm just playing root positions. You also at this point, I'm going to do another lesson where you're going to learn all your inversions. Like for instance, this is the key of C major. We're going to play root position C major, C, E, G. Now, if I wanted to play the same chord but a different way, it's called the first inversion. Say that? This is now 3, 5, 1, 5, 1, 3. 1, 3, 5. They're all C major chords. We just call this C major root position. 1, 3, 5. C major first inversion. 3, 5, 1. C major second inversion. 5, 1, 3. And then back to the root position. 1, 3, 5. Same thing with a minor chord. Root position, C minor. 1, flat 3, 5. That's root position, C minor. Flat 3, 5, 1. That's first inversion, C minor. 5, 1, flat 3, second inversion, C minor. And then back to the root position. 1, flat 3, 5. So you have to learn all your inversions, by the way, in every key. Like if you were in a key of D, for instance, here's your root position D major triad. First inversion, second inversion, and then back to the root position, right? Minor, root position 1, flat 3, 5. First inversion, second inversion, root position. Same thing in all the keys. E, that's an E minor. See all the inversions. The major, 1, 3, 5, 3, 5, 1, 5, 1, 3, 1, 3, 5. Now if it was minor, we flat the third, right? 1, flat 3, 5, flat 3, 5, 1, 5, 1, flat 3, 1, flat 3, 5. Now if we're in F, let's do F major. That's 1, 3, 5. That's a root position. Here's your first inversion, 3, 5, 1. Second inversion, 5, 1, 3. Root position, 1, 3, 5. Then your minor is going to be 1, flat 3, 5. That's your root position, F minor. First inversion, flat 3, 5, 1. Second inversion, 5, 1, flat 3. 1, flat 3, 5. G. So we got G major. Let me just get my fingers in the right place. That's 1, 3, 5, 3, 5, 1, first inversion. 5, 1, 3, second inversion, G major, root position. Same thing with the minor. 1, flat 3, 5. So major is 1, 3, 5. Minor is 1, flat 3, 5. And remember, diminished, 1, flat 3, flat 5. But here's your minor for, root position, first inversion, second inversion, root. Same thing with A. Let's go an octave low, it's getting kind of high. 1, 3, 5 in A major. There's your A major root position. First inversion, second inversion, root position. Then minor, we could do 1, flat 3, 5. There's your A minor root position A minor. First inversion, flat 3, 5, 1. 5, 1, flat 3, second inversion, root position A minor. Then B, 1, 3, 5. There's your root position B major triad. First inversion, 3, 5, 1, 5, 1, 3, second inversion, root position. And then we end it with a minor. There's your root position B minor, first inversion, flat 3, 5, 1. 5, 1, flat 3, second inversion, root position, B minor. And then you should do it also, learn all of your diminished chords, just example. There's your root position, C diminished. Here's your first inversion, flat 3, flat 5, 1. And then you go flat 5, 1, flat 3, second inversion, root position. Learned them in all the keys too. Root position, D diminished. There's your first inversion, second inversion, root position. And E, there's your root position, E diminished. First inversion, second inversion, root position. Go an octave lower here. F diminished, root position. First inversion, second inversion, root position. G diminished, that's going to be a root position, first inversion, second inversion, root position. A diminished, root position, first inversion, second inversion, root position. And then there's your B, root position diminished, first inversion, second inversion, root position. So the goal of this lesson is to accomplish the following things. You want to be able to play all of your major chords, root position, first inversion, second inversion. You want to play all of your minor chords, root position, first inversion, second inversion. And you want to play all of your diminished chords, root position, first inversion, second inversion. And then you want to learn the rules of tonality in every key. which is the first degree of the scale, represents a major chord. The second degree represents a minor chord. The third degree represents a minor chord. The fourth degree represents a major. The fifth degree represents a major. The sixth degree represents a minor. And the seventh degree is a diminished. And then try to come up with chord progressions in every key. Like for instance, if we're in the key of D. So let's go 1. Let's go 5. Now, instead of playing a root position, I could play this one. See, I could play a first inversion. Now let's go 4. I played, see that? That's a first inversion G major. Back to 1. Now I played a second inversion, see the D major. My point is you don't always have to play just this. Root position, right? 1, 5. You don't have to go to the root position. 4. These are just root positions. See, I'm mixing it up. There's your D, right? I'm playing, see that? I'm playing a first inversion A major. First inversion G major. Second inversion D major. So you don't always have to play the root positions. Okay, I hope this was a good lesson.